Welcome to Grow Up Party. I'm Althea. I hope you enjoy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second official UC Radio podcast. Today I'm here with Anna.
Hi, guys.
I'm Althea, the chair of the UC Radio. Anna, would you like to say what we're going to talk about today?
Today we're talking about relationships, all types of relationships. We're talking about romantic relationships, situationships, friendships, female friendships. We're covering it all. We're going through it all.
UCU, babe.
UCU, all the relationships, mostly romantic, but there's a lot about everything else.
A lot of sassy men, sassy women, a lot of fake people, and hopefully none of the people that listen to this are fake.
Yeah, hopefully you
I
guys
trust you.
Hopefully you guys enjoy the gossip. There's a lot of gossip, but there's also just a lot of discussion.
Yeah. Okay. So Anna's in a happy relationship.
Super happy.
Althea is not and does not desire to be in one.
Wow. That's a bold statement.
Winter is approaching. Some would say winter is coming.
Winter's coming and breakups are hitting hard.
Breakups are not breakups, just the fact that you're alone hits hard. For some people.
And being in a relationship is the goal right now. It's cuffing season. Holidays.
I don't agree.
Holidays are coming up.
Holidays mean you can hook up with so many people if you don't have a relationship. To be clear, Anna is in a relationship and I am not.
We have a very two-sided view on this.
Yeah. We are opposites.
Yeah. And no, I think holidays are for relationships.
I don't agree. I feel like your holidays are to spend with your family.
Relationships during the holidays. Cookies, matching pajamas.
I do all of that with my sister.
Okay, well, not everyone has a sister.
Well, get yourself a
Some
sister.
of us need a sassy man in our life.
I came to UCU not knowing what a sassy man was. My friend right now is in a relationship with a sassy man.
Maybe we should define sassy man.
Yeah.
Okay, what is a sassy man?
A sassy man is a man that has sass.
He has sass. He's eager to hear the tea. He's eager to spill the tea.
He uses sparkle emojis.
He does. He uses catchphrases that are for the girls with no shame.
And we love that.
We love that. But right now, wait, this is getting into another whole podcast episode, Sassy Man Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a Sassy Man Apocalypse.
It's true. And I honestly never saw it. Then started to talk with one guy from my hometown. And he's, like, after I met Anna, I kept talking to a guy. And I had never seen him as sassy. And then once I saw a text that Anna had received with the sparkle emojis, and I realized, wow, every man is sassy.
Yeah, this is not a new thing. Every man is hiding his sass. And coming to UCU has made me realize that.
For real, no.
Every man at UCU has a sass and a, like, I don't even know what it is. It's so sassy that it almost is messing up my gaydar.
No, my gaydar is really messed up. I cannot tell who's gay and who's not gay here. Honestly, makes the game more interesting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a girl would like to know.
And that brings us back to our topic, which is relationships.
Okay, right now, a lot of people are coming. The firsties, me included. A lot of us came with boyfriends and girlfriends from our hometown. Thankfully, even if it's offensive, or it makes you hurt. Thankfully, I broke up with my boyfriend the first week I was here. I broke up with my boyfriend the first week here, and it was sad, but ultimately, it was the best choice I've made in a really long time.
Well, I think there's this weird thing at UCU where a lot of people came in with relationships and are like super committed to keeping them. Like for me, I knew I was going to college and I was
for me too.
No matter how long I was in this relationship, I was going to end it. And so many people at UCU feel the opposite. Like they are very committed to long distance.
Yeah. No, my friend just had his girlfriend over, and let me tell you, they're the cutest people on earth, but I could, like, all I could think about while, like, seeing them interact was I could never. They were really cute, but it's hard. Like, it's, for them it's hard, I'm sure. Like, I don't know, because, yeah, I don't know, but I'm sure that for them it's hard. Okay, I had a conversation with this guy. Not the guy I'm talking about right now, but another guy.
We should give them nicknames so that they can differentiate.
The guy in the relationship, let's call him
girlfriend guy.
Oh, yeah.
Girlfriend guy, and this other guy?
Sassy Possum.
The second guy is Sassy Possum. He's independent from girlfriend guy.
Yeah, they're not the same person. Sassy Possum talked to me once, and, you know, it's been hard for Sassy Possum to, like, keep his relationship going with his girlfriend.
Which is honestly so fair. Like, I feel like there is such a pressure to, like, once you have taken the step to go long distance, to stay in that long distance relationship no matter how toxic it gets. And I honestly feel like sometimes long distance relationships, like, encourage toxicity, because even when there is a natural, like, end to a relationship, you feel such a pressure to remain in it because you've taken the step to go long distance.
Yeah, I think I personally really felt that when I was still dating my ex-boyfriend when I came here the first fucking week. I swear to God. But, like, there's a pressure, because, like, how do you tell a person that's, like, over the phone? Like, over the phone breakups, I've only had over the phone breakups, let me tell you, but they're really hard still, and they're really, like, you feel so mean when you do that, but it's really hard, because all you can think about is, well, this other person's trying to make it work, why can't I try to make it work?
Yeah, I don't know. I've only had over the phone breakups as well.
Yay. Toxic? Slay.
Super toxic. But I feel like we've had very different situations. Like, when me and my last boyfriend broke up, it was definitely, like, the end. Whereas I feel like for you it was the end, but there was not that agreement there.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I feel like also is a problem in long distance relationships, because someone is kind of moving on. Like, if you're coming to UCU, you're moving on from your relationship in some way, because
you're moving on from your life. Like, you're done with your, like, that's what all I could think about was, yes, I love my parents, but I'm not, like, their little girl anymore.
And you're not the center of their attention.
Exactly.
You live with new people. Like, your entire life is really on this campus, and it's completely different. And no matter how much you want to make it work with your boyfriend or girlfriend or partner, it is going to change your relationship. And I feel like it's a test to whether you want to weather that, or, which I feel like most people can't, because people change.
Yeah, people change, and also, like, it's not even a matter of can you or can you not. It's like, do you want to? Because for me, I did not want to have to think about somebody else. Like, I did not want to, like have to text this person. I do not want to, like, have to call this person just because I'm dating them. Like, I didn't want that. And also, like, the fact that, well, when I came here, I was always like, wow, all these people are, like, hooking up and making out, and I have a boyfriend. Like, if that's, like, and if that's, like, a thought that you have in your mind, it becomes super fucking toxic to be with that person. Because, like, why would you think like that, being in a supposedly happy relationship?
Well, like, I don't know. Since I've gotten into a relationship at UCU, I feel like it's also
a happy relationship.
A super happy, nice relationship.
Super sassy, happy
Super sassy and happy. I feel like it has also changed my relationship with, like, going out. Like, it's still super fun, and, like, I love going out and, like, seeing my friends and seeing my boyfriend and everything.
Whenever she's not drunk as fuck, let me tell you.
Especially when I'm drunk as fuck. But, like, it does change your relationship with going out and with UCU when you're in a relationship. And I could not imagine carrying over a relationship from the past where you don't feel the excitement and the newness and the happiness that you feel in a new relationship that, like, I can kind of feel because I'm in a new place and these are new people. Whereas if I was carrying over a relationship, I would just feel like they were holding me back in a way.
Yeah, that's what I felt, like, personally as a person. I know I'm talking too much about my experience, but that's what I had felt for, like, most of the time. Like, like it's okay. So for me, a relationship has to add something to your
100%.
life. It cannot like take away from it. And when you're in a long distance relationship, it's taking, okay, because you can say I love my boyfriend so much, which honestly, people who get through long distance are so admirable. But
Yeah.
I know for a fact that I wouldn't be able to do it. I knew it from the moment that like from the time I was like 14. I was like, I can't be in any like long-term relationships because I'm leaving this fucking country. Like,
Yeah.
so it takes time away from you because you can say like, oh no, like I love my boyfriend, but like what the fuck is this, like standing over a screen for like 2 hours every night just talking to someone? It makes no sense when you could go out and be with your friends who are presently there and who might become like your new best friends. You don't know.
Yeah.
And you're taking time to be with a person that you already know. And honestly, to me, long distance just made me like really get really bored of that person.
And honestly, like, it kind of comes down to whether you're choosing that relationship or you're choosing yourself. Like, are you choosing to invest in yourself and your future and your future friendships? Like, are you going to invest in meeting new people, meeting people that could be like your bridesmaids, or are you going or are you going to invest time in someone that you don't even know if you could see a real future with?
Exactly.
So it's really about like trusting yourself enough. Like, this is me super against long distance relationships, but like it's trusting yourself enough to be able to live without them in a new place, or like investing in them, which I always feel like is a little bit taking away from yourself and your own ability to grow on your own.
No, yeah, I agree. I think you come to university. Honestly, I'll say it again. People who are in long distance relationships, so much admiration. Could never do it.
Could not be me.
No, literally. But I wouldn't do it because I saw coming to university as like the moment that my life started. And why would I want the moment that my life started to be like latched onto by something from my past? Like,
and it's like a new chapter. Like, you're allowed to reinvent yourself a bit, and you're allowed to like, nobody knows you. You're allowed to you control the way that people perceive you in some, at the beginning at least. And
totally. Sorry.
No, keep going.
I was thinking about it when I was like walking from dining hall to my house and to here. I was like, nobody knew me. Like, I got to create a whole new person. Like, maybe back home people didn't think I was like super kind, and here people think I'm super kind, and maybe people here think I'm a bitch or people here think I'm super confident, and in reality I have no confidence. But you are able to create like your new persona, whereas like if you had a boyfriend, like you can't really change or evolve because a person's like
they depend on you.
Exactly, dependent on you.
And like here at a new place, your identity is not predicated on anything that you've ever done in the past, but your relationship is like, it's not your present necessarily. And when you bring that relationship to university, it's like a constant reminder of who you were, and that a little bit you can't escape that until you completely cut it off.
Yeah.
But I don't know what like, we're saying all these things about long distance relationships and partners, but what does that mean for friendships? Like, why would a friendship not be the same way? Because I have long distance friends and I love them so much, and I could not imagine like giving up those long distance friends. But I don't know why it's different with a boyfriend.
Because I feel like, okay, personally, like my best friend is in Spain, and I hadn't talked to her. Okay, I'm really embarrassed about this. I hadn't talked to her in 3 weeks. We only sent each other texts of, when are you coming to Spain? From the 24th to the 27th. Oh, I'm not there. When are you coming to Spain? Still from the 24th to the 27th. Are you there? Oh, I think maybe I'll come. No, sorry, won't come. Like, those were our conversations. Until like yesterday, like I called her for like an hour not yesterday, the day before. I've like a couple of friends of mine and I have been like extraordinarily sad after the break. I don't know why. I feel like that's like the morale right now. Everyone's really sad. Everybody's missing their home, missing their friends. So I called her and I just ranted a little bit about, well, the tea, couple things here and there. And then, but like my friend and she was like, well, like, I don't know how you refer to me, but I refer to you as like one of my closest friends. I was like, every time someone asks me about you, I'm like, she's my best friend. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? But she's my best friend. That does not mean that I need to keep her updated. Like, now I'm going to class. Now I'm taking the bus. But I feel like with my ex-boyfriend, it was that way. And I don't have enough time right now to devote it to another person.
Yeah, I was thinking about that a lot too. Not necessarily in the relationship that I'm in now, but in past relationships, I've definitely had to give so much of myself to that person and like update them constantly and like give so much emotional attention to that relationship, and I never have to do that with a friend because for some reason I don't think I would let that slide with a friendship. But
because we let so many things just like slide by in a relationship, being like, oh, it's love.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you know about love? You're 18 years old. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and I love my friends so much, but I would never let them take up that much emotional space in my brain every day just because I'm my own person and I live an independent life for my friends no matter how much I love them.
Exactly. Also, like, the same way that you're not allowed, like, it's not okay for you to be like, oh, you're hanging out with our other friend without me? Like, what do you... Like, I say that, but I say it as a joke. Every time you hear me say that, please, to everybody listening, it's a joke.
Announcement.
Yeah. No, because, like, I wouldn't let, like, if you told me that, I'd be like,
shut up, bitch.
What is she saying? Like, no, yeah, like, what is she saying?
Yeah.
Like, she has no right to tell me, like, who I'm allowed to hang out with. And then with, like, I've had past partners that were like, well, you know, I'm not really, like, sometimes I get jealous when you hang out with this person. And I was like, oh, like, I won't hang out with them. Like, what is that? Yeah. What is that?
What does that mean? Why are you letting yourself, like, kind of be controlled by your partner in a way that you're not with your friend? I don't know. I feel like I, a lot of times, give more weight to the intimacy of a relationship than I do to the intimacy of a friendship when
It's the same. A relationship is a friendship.
That you have sex with.
A physical friendship.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of us forget that always. Like, honestly, one of my closest friends right now, in Spain, she wanted to like date this guy, and she was really hooked up on this guy. But I feel like she only had just like fallen for like the idea that she had of like creating this like picture perfect relationship with him, when, you know, it wouldn't have been like that. And, you know, like a couple months ago, she was really devastated because the guy like didn't want to, like, he only wanted to just like hook up, like he didn't want anything serious. So she ended up like she had like a terrible like breakdown, and she was feeling really sad for a long time. But like we normally what we do is we fall in love with the idea of people,
and we fall in love with like the idea of intimacy and the idealized version of intimacy that we accredit to relationships. Like, you don't obsess about the intimacy that you receive from friendships, but you do from relationships.
Exactly. Yeah. I had a friend in Spain, like, okay, I'm not a big fan of physical contact, let me tell you. So my friend in Spain was like one day I got super, super happy for like whatever reason, and I gave her a hug. She was like, oh my god, you hugged me. I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, you never hugged me. Like I'd never thought about it, about like hugging my friends or I don't know, like doing like rubbing like their like arms or something. But like I do think about when I do that to a guy, I'm always like, would he think that's flirting? Oh my god, am I flirting with him?
I feel like I kind of have the opposite of that. Like, I have a lot of friends that I'm super like touchy with. Like, my friends who are touchy, I'm touchy with back. And I have this guy friend who I'm very touchy with, and we were talking, and we were talking about jealousy, and he was like, well, don't you think that it would make your partner jealous if he saw the way that we were touchy? And I immediately was like, no.
But he doesn't have a right to you.
Yeah, he doesn't have a right.
It's something we forget all the time. Like, men or women whoever's your partner does not have a right to tell you what you can do or what you cannot do.
Yeah, but I was immediately like, no, I don't think he would be jealous. But honestly, I'm kind of just as touchy with this friend as I am with like a guy that I would be like in a relationship with. And I was thinking that actually the only reason that physical touch is different with a partner versus a friend is that the weight that you give it. Like,
Yeah.
you give so much emotional weight to the way that you interact with your partner, and I don't know if you necessarily do with your friends. Like, your friends are just expected to be there for you, and your partner, it's like, when they do the bare minimum, it's so shocking and surprising, and you're so grateful when your friend is doing the same thing all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I think now we're talking about situationships.
Let's talk about men who mess with your mind, or women who mess with your mind. Honestly, been there, been the messer.
I don't know if I've been the messer.
I know for a fact that I tried. Guys, I'm the pettiest person on this planet. I have tried to be the messer. If you mess with me, my Spanish will come out, and you should be scared.
I feel like even in like my most toxic relationships, I'm always the one that's like trying to fix stuff.
No, I try to fix stuff, but like messing with your mind. What do you mean? Like I'm really passive aggressive sometimes. Like that's what I mean.
Say nothing is going on. Like say you guys are just hanging out, and then all of a sudden, there's an issue. Like some little thing.
Oh no, I'll talk about it.
Who's the one that started that? Is it you, or is it the other person?
No, it's never me. I don't start issues unless I start issues, and if I start an issue, you're fucked.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the only time I've started an issue is when people have pushed me first.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I will start that issue. But I feel like I'm usually in relationships with very unproblematic people as well. So I know really...
Well, your ex-situationship is trying to turn your brother into a fuckboy, apparently. So I wouldn't say totally.
Yeah, no. There's like a few people who have been very problematic. But like the important ones. The ones right now and the one right now and... Like,
the multiple guys right now.
All my hoes.
She the side bitch.
Saucy man, he's just one of them. No, the one right now and like the one big one that I like my long-term relationship in the past. Like I've been super unproblematic. Well, me and Saucy man have not been going on long enough. Maybe all of a sudden he'll turn super toxic and crazy.
Hell no. No, I'm like, for me, it's not been problematic because every single problem that I see, I talk about. Like, it may seem like really off sometimes, but I don't. Like, if I see something, I'm gonna call you out on it, and I expect you to do the same for me. Like, if I'm being rude to you, I'd like you to say, please stop doing this, like you're hurting me. And I do that whenever I see somebody that's being like unnecessarily like rude to me. Like, we have like a really clear example in our minds. Like, I'll tell the person, like, stop, like, you're being mean. It's not funny.
And actually, you're really good about that. Like, I think for me...
It's mean sometimes, like, that I do it.
No, I think that's really good. Like, for me, like, there's specific times when I get very defensive. Like, when people talk shit about my friends, I get super angry.
Yeah, I do that, too.
Or, like, yeah, when people overstep with the people that I love, I definitely call them out. But... in general, I'm not super call-outy. And I said that to someone. I said we were on the way home from ABP, the weekend away. And we were talking about relationships, and everyone was talking about the person that they were dating. And then they turned to me, and I got super uncomfortable. And I was like, I don't know, I just feel super weird, like, gushing over the person that I'm in a relationship with. And then they said that I was not good at, like, communicating. And I was like, wow, actually...
You can choose who you want to tell a person something. Like, who you want to tell your stuff to.
But, like, specifically with relationships, like, I feel super awkward, like, gushing about a relationship. Like, we were in the car, and they were saying, like, how much they love their boyfriends, and just going on and on about them. And it was super nice, like, hearing what they had to say about their relationships. But then they turned to me, and I was like, yeah, it's going good. Even though it's going so good. Like, I could gush about it, but then I was like, I don't know. It's kind of super vulnerable.
No, because it's a really personal thing. Like, the times that I've had, like, relationships and, like, situationships, whatever, every single time I've been like, don't tell anybody. Because I don't like people figuring out my stuff before I figure out my stuff. Like, I know I seem like a very public person and I talk a lot.
Putting this on the podcast.
No, and I talk a lot, but I don't like my shit out. Like,
Yeah.
I like my shit to stay in my mind.
And like your relationship is so personal. I feel like it's really, and like love and liking someone is such a big emotion that I feel like it's really hard to like put that into words to people that you're not super super close with.
Yeah, I agree.
How does this relate to
No, it does relate to
Problem-solving
situationships.
Yeah.
It relates to situationships because most of the time, the situationship is what you talk about with all your friends. Like, I talk about my situationships with all my friends. But also, like, I'm a person that talks my stuff out. If I trust you, like, Anna hears about all my shit. Because I trust Anna. Like, he's probably the person that I trust the most on this campus. Like, I'll tell... Don't look at me like that. No, but I tell her, like, everything because I know she's not gonna, like, go out and tell stuff to people. And I feel like a situationship also is, like, so in the air. If you start talking about that, like, to people, like, it's so weird. Like, you don't even... You haven't even defined it. Like, how are people gonna define it for you?
And like even with my relationship, like I think you're one of the only people that I really talk to about sassy men. Like
Love sassy men.
Like I don't know, I just feel like if you talk about it a lot, like it kind of puts out a weird energy. Like it kind of reflects weirdly on the relationship.
And it's going to fail. Every time I've talked so much about like a relationship or whatever, the relationship has failed. It's karma.
Yeah, and it's not like I don't want to talk about in my relationship because it is like, especially right now, like a very big part of my life because it's new. Yeah. But like at the same time, it's like, wow, it's so intimate.
It's so personal. Like also, I feel like we've come to a point where like people almost even like expect you to talk about your relationship. Like, how do you expect me to talk about? Like, do you expect me to like tell you what I do every night, or like come to you and be like, yesterday I did this and this and this and I thought this and this and this. Like, you don't expect me to do that. Why should it do that about my relationship?
And like there's so many little things that happen in a relationship that make you have such an emotional reaction. Like, how are you going to explain that to someone?
There's no
like one day we were laying in bed and
exactly
sassy men said and
exactly
then, like,
and you can't like explain like your feelings either. Like, you can't be like, and then my stomach started tickling. Yeah. And then my feet started tickling. Because that's what I feel. And the first time I got high, I was like, my hands and my feet are tickling. Nobody understood. That's how I feel. No one understands.
Yeah, nobody understands the way that you do. And like, I don't know. It's so like, yeah, I feel like there is an expectation to like publicize your relationship so aggressively. Like, almost like if you don't talk about it and you don't post about it and you aren't super public about it, like someone's cheating or it's not a real relationship, it's a situationship, as if like you need the external validation to like make your relationship legitimate. No, I feel like we've come to a place where like external validation, it's the main thing, which is something that I've really been trying to like steer away from. For example, yesterday before the open mic, like I did get really nervous like 2 minutes before performing, but before that I was like, what do I care if these people like it? Like, what is the worst that a person can tell me? You did bad? You're not good at singing? Okay, well, I already know that, so. And you're in a band. Like, if you were bad, you would not be in the band. Well, you're definitely better than me.
No.
Because I am not in a band for a reason.
No, but yeah, I feel like everybody, like, I talk about my problems a lot. Like I said it before, like with the people I trust, like I can't like keep stuff to myself because I'll start getting super anxious and I won't be able to like if I trust you enough, you'll hear about all my problems. Oops, I'm hitting the mic with my nose. But like, okay, I'll tell you, but only if there's like, I'll tell you that, like, for example, to Anna, I do tell the good and the bad, but when I'm like really frustrated about something, I will tell other friends and I will tell multiple people, and I think it is beneficial for you to like have multiple viewpoints. Yeah. But at the same time, like you don't have to do that.
And I honestly think like that is the proper line. Like, I feel like that's a lot of what's being confused. Like, I feel like you should be sharing all of your feelings with the people that are close to you, because it's your life and you need to share that with people that you're intimate with. But at the same time, there's so much pressure to share that
with people that you
so
don't
publicly.
know. Literally, no. People have come up to me and asked me about you and Sassy Man, but it's so public. Like, why would you think that I would tell you about something that my friend's like going through right now? Like, why do you think you could just come up to me and be like, how's Anna's relationship doing? And I'm just gonna be like, oh, well, she thinks this, she thinks she likes him, she thinks he's sweet, she thinks he's sassy. Like, why would I tell you that?
Like, if something had gone wrong, like, what do you mean? How are you going to come up and ask that? Like,
yeah.
It is so intimate. And how are you going, like, even in the ABP card, like, how are you going to ask?
Did they ask you?
Well, also, Saucy Man was in the car, so it was a little bit like a joke. But, like I was just thinking about it more generally, not specifically to that car, but, like, if someone asks you, like, how is your relationship going, like, tell me about it, and, like, how you feel, like, holy shit.
But but it also, like, depends from, like, where it comes. Like, I've had a friend that's going through, like, a tough time, not necessarily relationship wise, but like in general, and I went up to them and I was like, hey, are you okay? Like, tell me how you feel. Like, there's moments when you need that, but there's also, like, when you can see you're obviously happy. Like, what's the point of me coming up to you and be like, hey, how's Sassy? How's he doing?
And, like, there's a difference between a friend coming to you for you and people coming to you for the information that you can provide them. Like, I know when I'm asking you something, I'm asking you because I want to know how you feel about something. But when I'm asking, like, some random person about some stupid drama, I don't care how they feel about it.
Yeah.
I care about the goss. I want to know the goss.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that you can goss about a relationship. Like, that is, like, really, even, like, a close friendship, like, that is really something so personal to someone.
Yeah. Before, when I was, like, little, like 15, I had a really toxic group of friends, and they would always, like, talk shit about me. And ever since then, I've been trying to, like, never say, like, negative stuff about people to other people unless there's, like, a real problem, which obviously it's, like, justified. But, like, I've really been noticing this here. I used to have a friend in Spain who was always like, so are you mad at this person? You're mad at this person because you haven't talked in so long. Like, oh, she's not your best friend anymore because you were mad at each other. No, we're not mad at each other. We just, like, don't talk anymore. Like, there's no reason for you to, like, kind of poke a stick at something that's inexistent, you know?
Yeah. I feel like also, like, changing environments has really made me reconsider the way that I deal with people like that.
I agree.
Like, how much I want to step into their lives and step into the information that they're willing to give, because, like, why are you asking someone intimate details about their life if you don't really care about the way that it's affecting them? It's only because you want to talk shit or you want to say something about it. Like, I think that there's a very clear line. I feel like I'm trying really hard to maintain that because I don't want to be someone who's talking about people and adding my opinion unnecessarily.
I agree. Also, everything just becomes like I don't know how you call this in English, but the broken phone or something. Like
a broken record.
Yeah, like, everything becomes distorted. Yeah. So at the end, you don't even know, like, what really happened. And honestly, I'm a person that always, like, asks you, like, personal stuff. Like, my close friends, even if you're not that close and I've had dinner with you, like, a couple times, but I like you, like, I'm gonna ask you and I'm gonna try and make sure that you're okay, because that's what I do. Yeah. But I feel like people should be aware that I'm not doing that to be like there's two different kinds of people. Like, there's a person who comes up to you, like, are you okay? Like, can you tell me about this? Like, I know you want to get it off your mind, just tell me about it. And then there's a person that's like, well, so are you mad at this person? Like, why are you mad at this person? Why are they mad at you?
Yeah, or what's going on with you and Sassy? Not how are you doing in your relationship, or how is this going for you? It's what's going on. Tell me just information and don't tell me how it's affecting you.
Exactly, yeah.
which is a whole nother podcast topic.
Yeah, for real.
We're covering all the bases today.
Yeah, introduction. No, but seriously, like for situationships, this is like something that bothers me because I do talk about it a lot, like with friends.
Yeah.
Which I don't see that how that's bad, but I do know that like stuff is getting so distorted. Which is not bad. Like I understand. Like if something like this were to happen to someone else that I wasn't as close with, I would I don't know if I would talk about it, but I would like engage in a discussion about it. People who I consider my friends, and honestly, it's normal that they would talk about it. And I don't even know if they're talking about it, but like in my mind, in my like negative mind, they are talking about it, and it's normal that they talk about it. If they never put like a negative connotation, if they never like transform my words or put words into my mouth.
Yeah, I feel like there's a way to present information, especially regarding relationships. Like especially if you're like conveying information that isn't your own, like you have to do it so generally. You have to say the bare minimum. Like, it's going well. I think that's the, like, especially if it's not yours to tell. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Because you're sharing something very personal.
Yeah. Maybe that's why all situationships go bad. Because we talk too much.
Yeah.
As you can see from this podcast.
Especially, like, I feel like when me and Saucy Man were more of a situationship, I was telling everyone. Like, I was talking in Math for Poets break. I was talking in literature break. I was gabbing about, like, what the fuck was going on. Because I had no idea. But now that I have some sort of grasp on what it is, I'm not talking about it.
Yeah, because when it's superficial, it's not a problem to talk about it. But when it becomes it, which is why I'm saying, like, a lot of people think they know me because I talk about all the superficial stuff. But when it comes to deep things, nobody talks about their deep stuff, which is obviously normal.
Yeah, and I feel like, yeah, it's easy to feel like you know someone when you know a lot of surface level information, but they don't really know anything personal.
Yeah.
And, like, even if you know just a little bit of personal information versus someone that knows a lot of stupid information, you're obviously having more intimate connection.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people, like, I have some friends at UC who I feel like know maybe a lot more surface level information about me than others, but, like, people like you, people like Lila, people like Saucy Man know more personal information about me that even if you guys don't know these stupid stuff that I talk about in Math for Poets break, you know me better. I feel like the longer you drag out a situationship, the more drama you put into it, because you are talking about it so much. Like, you're talking about it in all your breaks, you're talking about it to random people who don't really care about you. So everything is getting blown out of proportion, and even you are blowing it out of proportion in your own head.
Yeah, we were talking about it in Math for Poets. Sorry, Victor, we love your class.
We were paying attention.
But we were talking about it in Math for Poets. Like, it occupies such a big space in your brain. Like, it occupies your whole thoughts. It's your thoughts.
Yeah, but when you're secure in those thoughts, like, when you're in a relationship and you're secure in this huge emotional space in your brain being taken up, you can kind of regulate them and, like, keep them to yourself and a few close friends. But when it's so dramatic and when you don't know and you're uncertain and you're excited and you're scared, you just gab and gab and gab.
Yeah, like past like relationships or past partners I've been with, when it started, I would talk so much about it, and then, like, through the middle, like, my friends didn't even know what was going on with me and, like, my ex-boyfriends, like, and then at the end, always when you're, like, starting or ending or, like, having a bit of trouble, when it's, like, on your mind, you talk about it with everybody. Like, I talked about it with, like, the popular gang at my old school, and, like, it got out, obviously, because, like, I'm so stupid for doing that, you know, but like, it obviously got out because everybody enjoys gossip.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna enjoy, oh my god, she made out with this guy. Oh my god, are they dating? Oh my god.
I have the same problem because I feel like in past relationships, I do have this discomfort about talking about my relationships. I know that. But I will go to my friends when something is super wrong. And I will, like, whenever we're fighting, whenever something is going wrong, I'll always go to my friends. but I never go to them when something is super good. So they always have this distorted perspective on someone that I'm dating.
Yeah.
And it ends up being like I'm asking for genuine advice, and they have such a distorted perspective on this person that I'm dating that they can't even give it to me because all they've heard about is him or whoever it is being horrible.
Yeah, but honestly, let's talk about the fact that your friend's perception of a guy is gonna alter your relationship so much.
So much. Oh my gosh, my last relationship, my friends had such a negative perspective on my boyfriend, even though he was such a great guy, like genuinely.
Situationship or relationship?
Like with Sam, who I was with.
2-year one.
Yeah, I was with him for 2 years, and he was just an amazing guy, genuinely, and I have no complaints about him. But my friends, because I would only go to them when we had an issue, had such a negative perspective on him. And now that I'm with Sassy Man, and I actually talk about him so positively,
Yeah,
because I'm making such an effort, they all like him, and it makes
we love him.
We love him. Like, it makes such a difference in my relationship because I want it to go well, because
And we want it to go well. Because
Yeah.
that's something that
people are
different.
supporting you.
Exactly. That's so different from high school because my friends wanted me to do bad. But, like, none of my, like, obviously, like, my close friends don't want bad for me, obviously. But the
Yeah.
people I thought were my friends, they did not want to see me, like, succeed in life. They didn't want me to, they don't want to see me, like, I don't know, like, fucking millionaire. Because they're jealous people. People are jealous by nature. I feel like we've learned that. Like,
No, I've experienced the same thing because coming to university, I've made such good friends, and I feel like you guys, I literally just want to see you guys succeed in such a genuine way. Like,
but this has never happened to me before.
It has never happened
It
to me.
happened to me with my best friend.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, and, like, it's so weird to me because yesterday I was seeing Lula perform, and normally, like, with my other friends, I would have been like, oh, she was such a bitch, like, this time and this time. She doesn't deserve for me to be so happy. But I was seeing Lula, and all I could think about was, she's doing such an amazing job. I'm so proud of her. But that was so Spanish accent, sorry. So
No.
proud of her.
I was thinking the same thing because, like, I don't know, in the past, like, I have always had friendships like that where I want, if they were succeeding, I would hope that they wouldn't. And, like, not with my best friends, obviously, but with service level friends.
Exactly, yeah.
And, like, I don't know, and I would kind of wish the worst on them. And now, like, coming here, like, I see you succeed, I see Lila succeed, I see Neil succeed, I see, like, or anyone talk shit about you guys, and immediately I'm like,
yeah, for me, it,
up
like,
in the
it triggers
air.
a reflex. Like, don't say, like, I've been with people where, like, oh, is Anna still dating Sassy Man? I was like, yeah, they're doing really good. Don't even dare to, like, start any beef right now. I will not, like, tolerate you talking badly about my friend.
Yeah, or when we went clubbing and there was a person that was speaking a little bit negatively about Tay, I immediately was like,
oh, right.
that is my friend. Like, you need to leave if you're going to speak of my friends that way. Like, it immediately erases my shackles in a way that has never happened. Like, I feel like my relationships right now are so much more genuine than they have ever been.
I agree. Okay, so this was all. I hope you enjoyed Anna and I talking about everything and anything, and I hope it's shed a light and made you, like, think
about your relationships and your
life. It definitely
life.
did for me, because now maybe I'm not clear, but this ranting session was amazing.
Yeah, I feel like I have a lot to think about the relationships in my life, not even just romantic friendships.
Yeah.
Parental
Parental
romantic,
relationships.
situationships, everything.
Yeah, because there's a lot of depth into, like, the word relationship, and I feel like we take it, like, so lightly, and it's not a light word.
No, it's everything in your life.
Yeah.
Is your relationships.
So we hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you'll tune in for our next podcast. So tune in also next week for a special podcast from one of our other board members, and I'm sure it'll be so interesting and so funny. And thank you for listening.
Intro and be like, welcome to the podcast.
Okay, are we done with this
relationships? Yeah.
Okay, so this was all. I hope you enjoyed Anna and I talking about everything and anything, and I hope it's shed a light and made you like think
about your relationships in your
life.
It
definitely did for me, because now maybe I'm not clear, but this ranting session was amazing.
Yeah, I feel like I have a lot to think about the relationships in my life, not even just romantic friendships.
Yeah.
Parental
Parental
situationships, everything.
Yeah, because there's a lot of depth into like the word relationship, and I feel like we take it like so lightly, and it's not a light word.
No, it's everything in your life.
Yeah.
Is your relationships.
So we hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you'll tune in for our next podcast, whether it be, we're not really sure if it's the sex cast or if it
will be interesting.
Will be really interesting.
Tune in for the sex cast because it's coming.
It is, and also an advice session is coming.
Oh.
So tune in also next week for a special podcast from one of our other board members. From one of our other board members, and I'm sure it will be so interesting and so funny. And thank you for listening.